everyone's having a great day. Let's go ahead and shop my stash for February. I'm so ready to put some of these things away and bring out some new things. So starting up here on the top of this little makeup drawer thingy, let's see, let's start over here with these lip liners. So this is my Project Pan one, so I leave this one out all the time. Oh no! Get that back. Okay, these three I did use this past month, so I can put them away. This one from Thrive, I just love it in the shade Khaki. It's what I use a lot of times to contour my lips. I just use a little bit of it and I just love it. Then I've got two from Essence. I wore both of these, so I'm gonna put these away. I did use this foundation stick from Merit. I'm gonna put this away, although I will probably be packing it for an upcoming trip shortly, but when I come back from that trip, this will be put back so I can use some other things. I 100% reached for my Salt New York Sneaky Balm. This is wonderful this time of year. It's very hydrating and I just love it in the winter. This is my Project Pan foundation. I have this Halo Glow liquid filter out from e.l.f. I've been trying to make myself continue to test it because I've had it for so long and I'm just trying to see if I can make the shade work for me. I bought mine before they expanded the shade range and I bought the lightest shade, but it's quite yellow and golden on me, so it's been frustrating for me, but I'm going to keep trying to see if I can make it work. If I can't, I'll end up decluttering it, but I really do want to try and see if I can make that just work for me. This liquid lipstick from Maybelline, I don't think I actually reached for this, and I do want to leave it out. This is the shade Seductress, I think, yeah, and I want to see if I want to pan this, so I'm going to leave this out. This is one of my oldest lip products, so we're going to leave that out. I had a lot of fun with this lip topper from Almond. This is the Goddess Gloss in the shade Mystic. You can see it's very sparkly. It was really fun to wear over a cool toned lip. I'll put that away. This Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the shade Dolce Vita from NARS. I can put this away. Also the Glossy Lip Balm from Rare Beauty in the shade Nearly Apricot. I'll put away. Also this lipstick from NARS. This is Dolce Vita, which looks like this. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll put this away. This is Project Pan. This is Project Pan. I'll put away this little mini Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. This is the shade Rose or Rosé. Yeah, just Rose, I think. I'll put that away as well. All right, let me adjust the camera. Okay, and here I have highlighters. Oh no, sorry, that's my eyebrow drawer. This is highlighters. So this from Tarte, this is the Maracuja Juicy Glow in the shade Pearlescent Glow. I can put this away. I could not stop reaching for this from Nabla. It actually affected my project panning. So yeah, it's time to put this away, pull out something else. But this is the shade Ozone and I adore it. I also used both of these shades from Sydney Grace. These are both limited edition shades that came in mystery bags years ago and they are gorgeous. I did use each one, so I'll put these away as well. Okay, I have so much blush in this drawer to put away. So the Etude House Dear Darling Water Tint in the shade Orangeade. This Serum Cheek Dew Blush from Colourpop in the shade Psst. You know, this blush, oh my goodness, I know it was super polarizing. People loved it or hated it. Once I figured out how to wear it, namely with a stipple brush, my goodness, do I love this blush. I don't have anything else quite like this shade either in my collection, so oh, I just love this, especially in the winter. This Clinique Cheek Pop in the shade Colourpop. We'll get that will get put away. Jelly Dough blusher from Holika Holika. Looks like that. This is the shade Plum Jelly. I'll put this away. I think this might be the only blush I have pulled out that I didn't actually use, so I will leave this out. This is Benefit Dandelion. But I can put this palette from Milani away. I mostly pulled it to use this berry shade here, and it is gorgeous in the winter time. Another new one I was testing from Laura Mercier. This is the shade Chai. My goodness, do I enjoy this, but I used it, so I'll put it away. I had three Pat McGrath blushes I was testing last month. So this is the Divine Rose 3, Nymphette, and Paradise Venus. I might be most excited about this shade so far because it's a rosy toasty blush and I love that type of shade. All three of those I will put into my collection. Every time I use this, again, I fall in love with it. M Cosmetics really, really knows how to do blush. This is the original serum blush in the shade Venetian Rose. And I also ended up pulling out this blush from Lancome. This is not a blush that I think I pulled in my Shop My Stash. I ended up just pulling it out in the middle of the month because I wanted to use it. This is the shade Miel Glacé Gorgeous Nude Blush. From MAC, this is the shade Mocha, which I feel like I finally have come to terms with what this blush is. For the longest time, I felt kind of meh about it, and now I'm feeling more positive towards it. But I did wear it, so that will also get put away. Otherwise, I do have some samples in here from Glossier and from Westman Atelier. I always leave those in there hoping I will use them, so those are going to stay in there. Otherwise, just that Benefit Mini Dandelion will stay in the blush drawer. As for palettes, I had pulled out this face palette from Pacifica. This is the Alighten Radiance powders. And I didn't use the blush or this more rose goldy highlight, but I did use the bronzer and the champagne highlight, and I think this formula is actually really nice. I enjoyed it very much, but I can put it away. I used the Mini Naked 3. If I have any photos for these palettes, I'll put them up on the screen so you can see. I do really enjoy this palette. This palette gets basically zero hype. People are pretty bored with this, but I really enjoy the very basic and yet very pretty look that I get with this. This little NARS duo, this is the Hammamet duo. It's kind of a rosy, peachy duo. I really enjoyed this. I'll put this away. This palette from Peripera, I should have put in my latest speed reviews, and I forgot to do it because I'm done testing it. Oh well, I will set it aside. It will go into next month's speed reviews. I did use it more after my initial get ready with me with this one, so I definitely have more thoughts to share. Stay tuned for that. Going Coconuts. It's amazing to me how I can have so many neutral palettes, and this one still has one of the best color stories. It's very good. I feel like I kind of rediscovered That's Taupe. This is a palette I've had for a really long time, but I also hadn't reached for it in a long time. And here I really liked the look that I made with this. I do tend to stick with like the top 2 rows, especially just these 2 shades and then the top 3. So the bottom row I don't really reach for. It gets a bit smoky for me, but I do really enjoy the looks I get out of this palette. I had pulled out Chocolate Martini last month from Glamlight. This is what that one looks like. I always enjoy reaching for this. It's very pretty. I don't reach for all the shades in this on a regular basis, but when I pull it out, I do really enjoy this one. Okay, I think that's everything. I can go ahead and shop my stash. You know what? I just realized I should probably leave this out. This is pretty much the only time of year when I reach for this very deep berry shade. So I'm just gonna leave this Milani palette out, but we'll come back and get more blushes in just a moment. For now though, let's get some eyeliner. No, lip liners. Okay, so in this little drawer, I have eyeliners here and then lip liners here. So let me see. I'm panning a kind of rosy lip liner, so I should pull out something warm and something cool. For a cool lip liner, let's pull out this one from Colourpop. This is the shade Ashton, and it is very, very cool toned. Definitely not something I can fill in my lips completely. It makes my lips look dead, basically, if I do that. But this is a really good, super cool contour shade. And then for something warm, let's pull out this one from M Cosmetics. This is the Soft Blur Velvet Lip Liner in the shade Kitten, which is a very lovely, creamy formula. So I think that's all I need for now. All right, moving on. Okay. Here we are in the foundation drawer. I know for sure I want to pull this one out. So this was actually a very recent part of an extremely generous gift from a subscriber. They sent me a brand new bottle of the Estée Lauder Double Wear, and this is even in my shade. It's the shade 1N1. I don't even know how they did that. That was amazing, but I can't wait to test this. This is a classic product. And then I also want to pull out my Makeup Forever Reboot foundation. Makeup Forever recently came out with a foundation to replace this, which kills me because I recently discovered how much I love the Reboot. And of course, as soon as I found that out, they discontinue it. It's terrible. But anyway, I have a nearly full bottle. I'm going to enjoy reaching for this. Okay, moving on from foundation. Okay, here we are in highlighter. I skipped bronzer just because I have a feeling I'm going to pull a face palette later that has bronzer in it. So I'm not going to pull any single bronzers. But here we are with the highlighters. I'm trying to avoid colors that will make me neglect my Project Pan highlighter, which is kind of a very white, icy shade. So I'm going to avoid anything that is too super pale champagne. So maybe this one from MAC. This is the shade Beaming Blush. This is super beautiful. It's gold, but it has a weird like pink lilac reflect. Let's see if we can get that to show up on camera. It's really hard to catch. Yeah, maybe you can kind of see it when I turn my hand like that. See how like turn kind of a very, very faint lilac purple? Anyway, yeah, I think that'll be fun. Also, let's pull something pink. So let's pull this one. This is my Rare Beauty highlighter. I have the shade Mesmerize, which is the pink one. Such a good release from last year. Beautiful. I think I'm also going to pull this one from Laura Geller. So this is 2 different colors. We have French Poodle and French Almond. French Almond is it's basically a bronzer for me, but I like to pull it for this color here. It is the most low intensity highlighter you've ever seen in your life, but it is very, very flattering on the skin. So yeah, definitely gonna pull that one. Okay, I think that's it for highlighter. Okay, so here we are in my first palette drawer. I know there's at least one palette I want to pull out of here, but first I have to show you the palettes that I'm currently testing. I'm still testing the Sydney Grace Unveiled palette with Kendra Matthews. I have used it for 3 looks now, but I'm still not ready to review it totally. I want to use it for several more looks first, so I'll be pulling this out. Also, this is one of the newest palettes to my collection. I actually just bought this off of a subscriber. This is the McGRATH Sublime, so it's the second Mothership. I've only used it 1 time so far, so I want to make sure and get a good amount of looks out of this before I give you guys my thoughts at the end of February. So I'm very excited to use this. Okay, so otherwise from this drawer, I know I want to pull out this one from Lorac. This is the Noir palette. So there's a lot of cool tones in here, and you can go pretty smoky with this palette, but I don't, tend to reach for the smoky shades. I tend to stick to the row of mattes and then the middle row and then like these 3. And holy moly, this palette is absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to using this. Let's actually move to my second palette drawer. So this is the drawer where I keep my face palettes and smaller eyeshadow palettes. I know I want to reach for the Taupes from Juvia's place. I really enjoy this one. So yeah, I haven't reached for it in quite some time. So it's time to reach for this one. Also, I want to reach for the Cold Brew palette from Kaleidos. So when I first got this, I thought it was super cool tone. It's actually not that cool tone. It's just a neutral quad, and it's very beautiful, and I haven't reached for it in a while, so I'm excited to pull this one. Maybe I better stop there for eyeshadow palettes, but let's grab a face palette. The one I was thinking I wanted to use is this one from Benefit. I haven't pulled this out in a really long time. This is the Reunion Tour palette. So here we have 3 blushes, a highlighter, and a bronzer. And oh my goodness, just opening that, I can smell it. I'm not a fan of the scent that Benefit likes to put on their face products. I've heard other people say they really like it, and I'm over here just like, whew, not for me. But anyway, I definitely want to make sure and use Sugar Bomb and Dallas, and I'll try and use Hoola as well. Although I imagine I'll mostly be sticking to my Project Pan bronzer. And I will try to get a good use out of Cookie as well. Cookie is a beautiful highlighter. Super pretty. I actually have a whole bunch of cream shadows to test, so I'm gonna stop there with things from this drawer. Okay, lip drawer. I know for sure I want to pull out this product from L'Oreal. I've been wanting to reach for it for the past several months, but it's similar in color to something that I was panning, and now that I'm done with it, I can pull this. This is the Balm in lipstick. No, Balm in gloss. And this is the shade Rose Harmony. So this is like L'Oreal's version of a liquid lip balm. I don't mind the floral scent, and I really like this color. See, I'm also gonna reach for this super cool toned Youthforia shade. This is the shade 3 AM. And yeah, that's real purple. So yeah, definitely the time of year I want to reach for that. I also want to use my Summer Fridays lip butter. I have the shade Vanilla Beige. This technically belongs in my lip balm collection, but since it's tinted, I decided to put it with my glosses and such. That is such a cozy, comforting formula. Love it. And I just went and grabbed these 3 products from my lipstick tower. So I do have a declutter coming up, and I have a few products that are kind of on the chopping block, and I want to test them and see if I want to keep them. So this is a little mini NARS lipstick in the shade Tolede or Tolede, which it just kind of looks pink, right? So I want to test that, see if I want to keep it. Same with this. This is one of the L'Oreal balmy lipsticks that was discontinued before they came out with their new formula. This is the shade Varnished Rosewood, and I pretty much never use this. This is definitely on the chopping block. We'll see what I think of that one. And this one's not on the chopping block. I just want to use it this month. So this is from e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Core Lip Shine, and it's the shade Ecstatic. I don't think e.l.f. still makes these, right? They kind of... I think they discontinued it, but this is a great berry shade for this time of year. And I think that is it for lipsticks, lip glosses. Let's move back to my vanity and pick out some blushes. Okay, so here we are in my blush collection. I know first thing first, this from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm very excited to test this. This is the shade Latte. I've been wanting this forever since I found out it's apparently a perfect shade dupe to a Westman Atelier blush that I've been wanting. It's the one, I can't think of the shade right now. Maybe it's Mimi. I can't think of it, but it's the one that you can only buy on Westman Atelier's website. But apparently this shade is an exact dupe of it, which Khaki was talking about on her channel. So I'm very excited. And I got this really cheap. It was something like $12 through Ipsy, so that was kind of cool. Ooh, I really am looking forward to using this blush from Merit. This is the shade Beverly Hills, and it is, oh, just so delightful and easy to wear. I want to pull out this one. This is one of my favorite blushes of all time. This is the old packaging from Honest Beauty. This is the shade Rose Pink. That's what that looks like. I should probably buy a new one. I just can't make myself do it. I have pan in this one, you know? But yeah, I love that one. So I'm gonna pull that one. I just recently finished testing this, but I want to pull it out again. This is from RMS. This is the shade Maiden's Blush. Oh my goodness, the formula on this is absolutely yummy. Oh. I'm really worried about this blush from Phytosurgeons if it's going bad. It's really starting to do the separating thing where it gets like these waxy crystals on it. You can kind of see it over here. And I know it does not necessarily mean it's going bad, but now I'm like desperate to use it as much as I can. So I'm gonna pull out Inferno. Inferno is, oh, delightful. It is the most beautiful brick red. I think I'm actually gonna pull out another Honest Beauty blush. This one though is in the shade Lush Lilac. So it is a bright lilac, and on me it just kind of looks pinkish. You know, I don't wear it nearly that intense, but it's a very beautiful cool toned color. And I'm going to test this and see if I still like it. This is just a tiny little sample size from Ilia in the shade At Last. I used to have a full size of this. It went bad, so I decluttered it. Then I got this, I think it was a Sephora sample somehow, and I just need to see if I still enjoy this, which, looking at that, I probably will. It's a shade At Last. I think I'm gonna pull this too. I'm kind of craving this again. So this is actually a highlighter from Bobbi Brown. It's in the shade Sunset Glow, and on me it's a gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful blush topper. Oh, it's so pretty. And I don't even need to wear it as a topper. I can wear it by itself as just a very sheer, glowy blush, and it's very pretty. All right, I better stop there. But I do want to show you all these cream shadows I'm going to be testing. So these were all sent as a gift from a subscriber. So I just cannot get over how truly, truly generous the subscriber was. Thank you again so much. You know who you are. And I would just show you my vanity, but my vanity is really cluttered right now. So we're just going to stay right here. I will show these to you. So first of all, she sent me 3 Victoria Beckham cream eyeshadows. I guess these aren't creams. I think they're like a pressed pigment. Yeah, she called these the lid lusters. So we have the shade Honey, the shade Tea Rose, and the shade Mink. So I'll get you some swatches. This is the type of product that comes with one of these little thingies to keep everything pressed down nice and tight. The shade Mink is incredibly pigmented. Wow, that's Mink. This is Tea Rose. Super beautiful. And this is the shade Honey, something much more neutral. Look at my fingers after doing those swatches. It's so beautiful. I still can't believe that I have these to test. Thank you again so much. I cannot wait. She also sent me this shade from Hourglass. This is the shade Smoke in the Scattered Light formula, which look, oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. She also sent a couple of Charlotte Tilbury cream eyeshadows, which I already know I love this formula, but I can't wait to try these shades. So first of all, I have this shade Champagne. That's what it looks like in the little jar. And there's a swatch. And then I have the shade Amber Gold, which definitely looks kind of like a bronzy color. And you guys, that's not even everything that she sent me. She sent me so many things, but those are the few things I'm gonna try and make sure and test this month. I cannot wait to let you know how that goes. So thank you again so much for joining me. If you've made it to the end of the video, that means you get to hear about the tea of the day. I don't have anything spectacular today. I'm just drinking good old Earl Grey tea. I'll link the one I'm drinking down in the description box. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful start to your month. I will see you again very soon in the next one. Bye!